Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Mohammad and today I'll be talking about ethical issues in vaccine production. As of 2020, a viral sickness called COVID-19 caused a pandemic that affected several countries, and it lasted for almost a full year. In order to stop the virus from spreading, the pandemic has shut down several economic sectors, including exporting and importing commodities across nations. This has raised numerous worries about both the safety of the country and their economic standings. As of November 6, according to World Meter, 6.6 million fatalities are thought to have been caused by COVID-19 globally. Manufacturers of vaccines have been prompted by the spread of the harmful virus to conduct research and produce an effective vaccines to stop the future viral transmission. Large corporations like Pfizer, Moderna, and Sinovac compete to produce the vaccines and sell it to the people throughout the world. We may observe certain ethical concerns emerging from the distribution of the vaccination to the entire nation as a result of the approval of several vaccines for distribution on a global scale. The WHO's World Health Organization COVAX organization was created to assist the low and middle income countries, the LMICs, in gaining access to the vaccination because they lack the financial resources to provide immunization to all of their citizens. While efforts have been made, an analysis based on data from the Duke Global Health Innovation Center Launch and Scale Speedometer, which tracks vaccine purchases, shows that more than half of the vaccines purchased by high-income countries, where approximately 4.6 billion vaccines were bought as of March 2021. LMIC, which accounts for 81% of the world adults population, but only purchases 33% of the vaccination for the adult population, have more vaccine than high-income countries, which accounts for 19% of the adult populations. This demonstrates that providing vaccination to LMICs is ineffective. What went wrong then? First, despite COVAX formation to facilitate distribution, we may examine why vaccinations are not provided to LMICs. Vaccines nationalism comes first. The phrase is used to indicate how nations would stockpile vaccine for national use, limiting the availability of vaccination for low-income countries. This is a dishonest conduct since it demonstrates how high-income nations compete with low-income nations in the purchase of vaccination for their countries. The distribution will be impacted by vaccine hoarding since the company will need to produce an additional batch of vaccination for distribution. Due to vaccine nationalism, low-income countries are responsible for about 1 billion individuals who are unvaccinated as of July 2022, because an unvaccinated individual is more likely to contact the virus. This has a negative impact on the public safety. To make matters worse, the low vaccination rate has also led to the emergence of Omicron, a new strain of the virus that will first be discovered in South Africa in early November 2021. Next, the cost of vaccine raises an ethical question. The price of vaccinations that are sold on the open market is sometimes several times more than the price of producing just one dosage. For instance, a cancer-related vaccine manufacturer only costs $4.5 USD, yet was first marketed for between 150 and 190 USD. Major pharmaceutical companies receive subsidies from taxpayers around the nations, particularly those in disadvantaged demographics. The overcharging for vaccination is unquestionably immoral since it prevents some groups of people from receiving the essential medical care. Although the business has the right to set the price of the product at high enough level to generate a sizable profit, they must also take into account the fact that people's lives are on the line because in the absence of the vaccination, people are more likely to become ill and come into contact with the deadly disease like Ebola and in this case, the COVID-19 vaccines. The primary producers of COVID-19 vaccines are Pfizer, Sinovac, Johnson & Johnson, and AstraZeneca. However, it has been reported that some businesses sold almost 5 times as many vaccines as they produce. Recent research reveals that Pfizer and Moderna are billing $41 billion in excess of what it costs to produce the vaccines. Despite the frightening rate of the COVID-19 was spreading, the business was still attempting to generate significant profits from the sale of the vaccinations. Since they are financially secure and receive 90% of the vaccine sales, high-income nations do not experience a significant issue. The issue for LMIC is that even with COVAX assistance, they are unable to afford the exorbitant price for the vaccination doses. As a result, even for their initial dosage, the LMIC countries need a while to get completely immunized. These are among the most important ethical issues that affected the entire globe without being widely discussed. They may also be reasons that major nations control the media and prevent the public from accessing certain information. These are significant issues, but the media now primarily covers only racism, equality, and harassment, which breeds to ignorance in future generations. I hope the WHOs will make an effort to ensure that these issues can be resolved, even if it means enlisting in assistance of the UN or even the general public. Thank you very much.